Hello, I'm in Charlotte at Parker Poe with Josephine Hicks, who is an Episcopalian and a partner here at this firm. Thank you for having her.
Thanks for being here.
Many of you will know Josephine from a variety of other ways that she serves. She is a parishioner at St. Peter's Church here in Charlotte. She has served on the Executive Council, is currently a member of the Anglican Consultative Council, and is a member of the Board of Episcopal Relief and Development. But I'm here today to talk to Josephine about a book that she has written, and the title is If There's Anything I Can Do. And I believe this book will be a great gift to many people. Josephine, tell us a little bit about this book.
Thank you. I hope it'll be a gift to a lot of people. It came out of my experience as a caregiver for my partner, Ann Jones, who's was a priest in the church. And she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2006, and we were suddenly thrust into a world that was brand new to me. I had never dealt with someone close to me who had cancer or that kind of major surgery or any of those kinds of experiences. And she very quickly after the diagnosis had significant surgery and was in the hospital for a month. And after that month was over and that whirlwind was over, I started joking about, when all this is over, I'm going to write a book, and I'm going to call it If There's Anything I Can Do. Because, of course, that's what everyone says. When something like this happens, they come up to you and say very sincerely, let me know if there's anything I can do. And most people are quite sincere about that and really want to help, but the problem with putting it to the caregiver or the patient and saying, let me know what I can do, is that puts the burden on me to articulate what I need and to decide if what I need would be an imposition on you. We had quite a long list of people who would have been happy to do anything that we asked them, but when something specific came up, I would say, well, let's ask so-and-so, and Ann would say, well, but she works full-time. That would be hard for her to do that. Or he lives all the way across town. And so we'd keep going through the list and worry about whether it would be an imposition. And so what we found is that really the most helpful thing is to just do something, or just offer to do something. And I'll give you a great example from right here in the office. Shortly after Ann was diagnosed, a young woman who works on my hall came to see me and said, I'm very sorry to hear about Ann. You know, I live in your neighborhood and I have a dog, and I'd be happy to take care of your dog while she's in the hospital. Would have never occurred to me. At that point, I hadn't even thought it through enough to know I needed help with the dog. But it would never have occurred to me to ask her to take care of the dog. I didn't know her that well. That would have seemed like a huge imposition to me. But here she was offering it. It was obviously easy for her. She was happy to do it. And it was easy for me to take advantage of it. Another great example I often give people is a friend who called one afternoon and said, I'm on my way to the fresh market. They have some really great soups and some great stuffed potatoes and chicken dishes, and what can I pick up for you? So again, it was very easy for her. It was just dropped in my lap. All I had to do was say, yes, thank you very much, and then it was delivered to my door, and it was easy for her. She was literally on her way to the market and happy to do it. So the advice I give people is just do something or offer something specific. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the easier it is for you, the better it is for everyone, because it won't feel like an imposition to ask you to do it. It's obvious that you're willing to do it and happy to do it because you've offered something specific. But if they don't take you up on it, don't worry. Don't be hurt. Know that they really appreciate that you offered, and just keep it simple and do what you can that's easy for you.
When did you actually write the book?
I wrote it. I started with different ideas. Really, shortly after she got out of the hospital, I started jotting down some ideas, but I didn't really start writing it in earnest until, I'd say, a few months after she died. Yeah. And then I would write different bits of it and put it down, and then I showed it to different friends who have gone through a lot of the same things and got ideas from them, and I'd put it down again for a while and pick it up again for a while. So it went in spurts to get it finally pulled together.
Now, if folks see this video before it's actually published this summer, they'll be able to pre-order it on your website. And if they see this video after it's been published, again, they can go to your website, and your website will give them more information, or they can just order it that way?
That's exactly right. They can either pre-order or order it right there. As I said, when she was first diagnosed, all of this was really brand new to me, and I was really taken with a lot of the small things that people did that were remarkably helpful. And as time went on, with some things that mostly that people tend to say without thinking that are not very helpful, to put it mildly. So all of that really encouraged me to write it. So I hope it will be helpful to people.
Josephine, it will be helpful, and you've been helpful just in this interview. I'm reminded of the words from the burial office that says, "For none of us liveth to himself, and none of us dieth to himself." And you're helping us learn how to live and to die together.
Thank you.
God bless you, and keep the faith.